March 11th, 2020. That was the day the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic. On the 16th, a live broadcast was held for the announcement of a movement control order. Then, on 18th, doors were shut. We were in lockdown. Till the 31st. Well, that's what we thought. From that point on, the days got longer and longer. Fast forward to now, we're able to go outside freely, not having to scan a QR code every time we enter a premise, and just be able to live somewhat close as to how we did before. But how exactly did this phenomenon change us? How did it restructure the way we think and the way we live? The amount of self-awareness we've gained and the way society molded itself to fight this global event. How exactly did we change from pandemic to endemic? My name is Vanessa and Gustaf, and I am currently studying at UiTM Kota Samarahan. And today, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of our journey from pandemic to endemic. To start things off, I'd like to highlight the more positive side of what the pandemic brought us. For starters, the COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to implement technology in our daily lives. And from there, it brought an advancement in technology. People started working from home and students started taking classes online. This led to a digital surge, which would then impact the way events are held. We'd be able to join talks and competitions that we've never had a chance to before going online. These activities have expanded so that anyone in the whole world can join with just a click of a button. To add on, we've also become more independent. Continuing on at the surge of digital users, many individuals have kicked off in e-commerce. There were many more local sellers during this time compared to before. Students have also learned to create a schedule that works for them and educate themselves to start using different platforms in online learning. To add on, working from home had given us more time for ourselves. We had the chance to do what we love and try new things out. Many people have found new joys and passions during lockdown. It could come in the form of reading books, creating music, and even baking. From the pandemic, we've gained digital fluency, a taste of independence, and a sense of individuality. But the pandemic wasn't that easy for everyone. It all depended on the individual. While there were those that found joy during lockdown, there were others that saw a decline in their mental health. With nothing much to do, productivity rates go down, and the hours of lying in bed increased. With the lack of activity and outside interaction, we were left with more time to be alone with our thoughts. There was an increase in mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and stress. We had a hard time finding meaning amidst it all. Besides the lack of productivity, mental health issues can also derive from the opposite, which was the increase of working hours. This applies to the frontliners who have been put under immense and unprecedented pressure to keep society from falling apart. The doctors and nurses who gave up sleep to treat those who were sick with COVID-19 and other illnesses. The teachers who educated our youth, finding ways to make learning interesting from the other side of the screen. Those in food sales and distribution, keeping up with the demand of society, supplying us with a basic human need. And so many more who have worked extremely hard to keep this country going. To add on is the issue of inflation and the cost of living that affected everybody, having to choose between food or electronics for your education. Those who couldn't afford gadgets or internet access would end up being left behind in their studies or work. Moving on from pandemic to endemic, these trials and tribulations have taught us to prioritize our mental health, appreciate those who risk their lives, and be able to empathize the lives of others. Now, for the ugly side of the pandemic, with the many lives lost. From COVID-19, existing illnesses, work exhaustion, hunger, or even suicide. We can't rewind time. but we can learn from our mistakes. Stay inside, take both physical and mental health seriously, put ourselves in the shoes of others, and just be kind. This is so we can create a system that will reduce the suffering of others. Well, I'd just like to end this on a short note. Embrace new changes, learn from the past, and most importantly, remember the ones we lost. From pandemic to endemic, let's create a better future. Do your part and stand up. Once again, my name is Vanessa and Gustaf, and I stand for those who stood for us. And I hope you do too. Thank you.